All right, all right. All right, all right. It's time for a social experiment. And that experiment is me simul streaming. Now, I don't see anything visually, at least on the vertical. Let me see. You know what? Let me try something else. Oops. Don't do that. What we're doing, is that going to work? We'll see. We'll see. What we're doing is we're simul streaming twice. Okay, there it is. Let me see if it goes back down. I'm trying to see. Well, yeah. Cool. So what I'm doing is streaming both vertically and horizontal at the same time on YouTube, and streaming to Kick, and streaming to Twitch, all at the same time. Now, this is not my normal time. In fact, it's 12 hours ahead or after, depending on which perspective you want to use. I usually stream, but I'm trying to see if this works. You know, this is still break time, but it looks like this month is going to be spent refining and experimenting on getting the stream to have a better look. I'm going to figure out the chat situation so you can both combine chats and then have you guys see the chat. There's a way to combine it with Twitch and Kick, so I'm going to figure out how to combine all the chats together, including two. So right now there's 4 streams going off of one stream. Essentially, it's 2 streams to YouTube, 1 horizontal, 1 vertical. Hopefully that vertical one is visible by shorts. Let's see. Let's check on the phone and see how this is working. So yeah, it does show both live. Still no views. Let's see if I hit the vertical. How's it gonna be? Oh, you tease. What the hell's wrong with my phone? So this is an experiment to see how this shit works. Current live streams. I know. Okay, let's hit the vertical one. Yes, it works. It works. So much for your breaks. Since you did those on the vertical one. So no, the break is still going. This is an experiment. So it looks like this break is, like I said, going to be spent experimenting. So here's one gimmick. I can't see both chats at the same time. This is technically 2 different streams. So like I said, we're going to experiment. If you guys post something, I ain't playing it because it's, well, maybe I'll try to experiment with playing stuff, but it's going to be extra complicated. Extra complicated to get the visuals all up to snuff. But yes, we are streaming on the Twitch, or not the Twitch. Well, we are streaming on Twitch. We're streaming on Twitch. We're streaming on Kick. We're streaming normally on YouTube, and we are finally in the Shorts feed. So if you're doom scrolling, you may come across these streams, and this is how we're going to ideally stream going forward. So we can try to grow. So this is cool. This is cool. I'm glad it worked. I tried experimenting a few days ago. It ended up, that stream was supposed to go like 20, 30 minutes, which this stream probably will because there ain't nobody up now. I'm trying to achieve. So if you can find this stream doom scrolling through shorts. That's all I'm trying to achieve. So the one you're on actually is the one that goes on shorts. So if you're on your phone, which I don't know if you're on your phone or your computer, but you see how it looks janky on your computer? Well, it's going to look janky anyway because there's a black space up top. And I didn't want to, I could try to stretch out the image. But I just figured I'll keep it that way. So if I do need to show something on another screen, I can. So let's say, let's find a video to use as a dummy video to kind of prove the concept. Retro Richard. Our own Retro Richard shall suffice.
Hello.
Hold on, brother. He's got some whatchamacallit thing going on. Oh, Jesus. This is going to be I really need another monitor to do this, to manage the vertical stream. So, because they're 2 separate streams. So if you're on the horizontal stream, and as I hit that button, you already see our own Retro Richard, but if you're on the vertical one, you don't. Oh God, stop doing that, please. I'm gonna have to go into the settings so it doesn't click off. Do that now. Let me hit the display capture. Now you do, yes. Aha. So this is just this month you'll probably get a lot of these janky. Well, all my streams are always janky and filled with technical issues. They always are. But more than usual as I experiment to try to improve the streaming experience, not only for you guys, but for me, and hopefully make it more discoverable and more visually appeasing. I'm even going to change the layout and try to have, I don't know if I'm going to have like have all the chats combined on the screen and maybe have like a, what is that shit called?
Everybody, Rich here, we're back with another
Okay, yep,
episode
it's showing on both the vertical.
The video game.
Okay, shout out to Richard for being our guinea pig. As we'll cut it out here and go here. So that's why if you're watching the vertical, that's why there's a blank space. So if I want to show something, I can. So I actually can play things. But yeah, we're going to experiment. So now there's a purpose to me popping up every so often with content. There will be an experimental kind of phase of me refining the streaming process. You're going to go over to horizontal. The user experience is worse doing it like this on your phone. Yeah. It honestly, the phone streams in general aren't great. And you probably are going to be the only person up because it's like, what is it? There you go. It is probably sometime like afternoon, maybe evening, maybe early evening. No, probably not. What do you got? 7 hours ahead of us? 8 hours? It's no, might be less than that. I'm off the time zone. I have to Google. Let's see what time it is in Croatia. You'll tell me before I Google it. But yeah, it's so yeah, your phone will probably see the vertical and the computer, which you got the option for both, and it'll probably split. Also, it's 448. At least that's what Google tells me. So you guys, you're up. Everybody else ain't up. Hey, Papa Cotton is up. Don't like the experience on vertical? Henrik, keep guessing. Yeah, happy 4th. Happy July 4th. You guys might hear some work being done on my neighbor's house. So apologies for that. But yeah, happy July 4th for all you guys. So yeah, it's 4:48 over in Ascension Dildo Land. So you're up. Papa Cotton's up. So this is an experiment. I'm streaming both vertically and horizontally. And I kind of agree with you in general. The experience on vertical is not as good as the normal streams to me. But they wanted to, at least YouTube, wanted to emulate TikTok and Instagram streaming. And so there we have it. So that's a thing. But what happens is the whole purpose, like, okay, why am I going through all this shit to do this? Is if somebody's doom scrolling, yeah, vertical blows. I'm not gonna lie. And then the layout doesn't look that great either. But if you're doom scrolling on shorts, you might find the stream, even if you're not sub to me, because I find all these asshole streams, and I finally just asked one of these assholes, "How do you do it?" And he mentioned vertical stream, and I hadn't used that phrase or heard that phrase. Oh, okay. So I Googled it, and here we are. And there's like I said, other upgrades. I may have a layout for the normal or horizontal streams, but this will be a thing to catch the doom scrollers, especially later at night where a lot of these streams are, even though ideally they won't be as late once we're up and running. But yeah, this is going to be a thing. So that the above my little logo would be like a game or something if I'm playing it. I may even try to stretch the game view out. I'll see. We'll experiment, but I first wanted to just experiment with the function. So, we're still on break, but we're going to be there's going to be a few of these streams where I pop up and I'm trying to test some theory or some add-on or something. Maybe once we get the chat going and chat combined. So something will be tested. So, hey, you pick which stream you want, and there we go. So I guess since we started the stream, I guess we should probably talk. I actually got to, I forgot there's another thing I need to add to the vertical stream. The soundboard, because if I hit it, it's not going to show up on the vert right now. Let me add that. No. Where is it? Scene. There it is. Okay, now it should work on all of them. Hopefully. Let's see.
It's kind of gay.
It's not gay. Come on.
Okay. I don't know if it worked on all of them. I'll have to check on my phone. Yeah, vertical is not. And honestly, I feel that way when I even look at other streams. But I've doom scrolled my way into other people's streams. And so I figured, hey, maybe this will help discoverability. Maybe it won't. But it's worth a try. And the experimenting kind of gives me an excuse. Because like I said, the one thing I am worried about this break is the longer you're off YouTube, the more the algo punishes you. Hope y'all emptying some mags since the 4th of July. Some people definitely will be. I'm not, but you will definitely. My poor dog is going to have some PTSD tonight because people, especially in Texas, will be shooting. Hey, K2J, the Extreme on the vertical stream. Appreciate you being here, man. No, out here they'll definitely. Honestly, even in Detroit, they would shoot. Well, you would get more shooting on New Year's than anything. But I appreciate you being here, K2J. Has been a minute. You excited? Well, you probably don't care about the Marvel vs. Capcom re-release. I'm excited about it, even though I just got Fightcade working, so I got the emulate, like I can emulate it. But I'm still excited about the official release or re-release because it's going to be on Steam. It's going to be on. I don't know if it's cross-platform, but it is going to have online, at least allegedly. And the New Year's for sure gets more gunshots, says Papa Cotton. But it is going to be online, and it's going to. It's not just Marvel vs. Capcom. It's like a Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2. Marvel versus what is it? X-Men versus Street Fighter, a bunch of them. Nah, because you're already good. Yeah, you probably wouldn't care. You already got all of them. You got the versions everybody want, and probably the versions they're using for the ROMs that they're probably going to use for the re-release. But I'm excited, mainly to be able to play, even though I'm going to get my head crushed. And you can play online with Fightcade, but just to have an official, you know what I mean? Only like degenerates use Fightcade, not being fun. I'm kind of being funny because a lot of people do use it. That's kind of the only one I want, but I'll take the whole pack. It depends how much they charge. I don't know how much they're charging. I'm assuming it's not that much, but if they charge full price, I might wait for a deal. Cause I got like Third Strike. I had like a one little Capcom fighting pack, and it came mainly I got it for Third Strike, and it was only like $10-$20. And you know the main thing is so I can play online, even though I haven't really played it. I still need to learn Third Strike. But hey, hopefully that'll be something we'll play. Maybe that'll be in one of these experimental streams, me playing Third Strike or Marvel vs. Capcom. Either before they release it, do Fightcade, or after it's re-released. But yeah, the pricing is going to be important. I'm not sure how much they're going to charge for it. They charge that because a lot of times they be charging like $60, and there's a pack of games. I get it, but $60 for 24-year-old games that can be emulated for free. Ew, you know, jeez. Gay ass mayor tried to ban fireworks on last New Year's Eve. Whole city came together to blast shit. Sounded like war outside Cade after that. Fuck politicians. So shout out to the gay mayor in Croatia. It's cool that the arcade version, yeah, they do have that. Punisher, but you already got the Genesis. It's not as good as the arcade, but you're satisfied. Okay, so you already got all the games they have, so yeah, it's not going to be as impactful for you. It's cool for me. So that's one I don't have. I don't have any version of that. But again, the pricing, I may not be a first day buyer. Which I remember you said you didn't buy a Tekken 8 first day, and I think you were very smart on that. Because I haven't played Tekken 8 in months. I probably will play it eventually, but man, I do not like Tekken 8 as much as I like 7. Pop Cotton says, as far as the fireworks thing, that happened in LA too. I know for the longest, Michigan, when I was younger, Michigan had certain fireworks that were illegal, but the neighboring state, Ohio, didn't. So the gimmick was, and I mean, sometimes you can find people selling them, like in front of different plazas. So it wasn't like that hard to get. But the gimmick was to go to Ohio, buy a bunch of fireworks, and then come back. And especially from Detroit, or Ohio's like Depending on party trick, it could be like half hour, but at least an hour, an hour at worst. So that was the gimmick. But I mean, they had some stuff was like sparklers and shit that nobody liked. Motherfucker realized he just made it worse. Even people who didn't blast this shit, yeah. You need to see that. So the same gimmick out in Arizona. Same gimmick out in Arizona for Papa Cotton. You go to Nevada for fireworks. That's so weird. I mean, I get it because you hear the story of somebody blowing their hand off with the M80 and shit like that, but it's like, come on, man. Not pressed for online Marvel Capcom. Too many people. Infinite combos, yeah. That I gotta learn infinites. I gotta practice. I haven't done it. I've been like watching videos on Marvel vs. Capcom and these infinites and all these different tricks. And it does seem like, and this is kind of my issue with a lot of the Capcom fighting games, especially the older ones. It seems like it's just as much as about exploiting the issues in code as it is being like competent. This is why I like, Tekken 7, or I like fighting games before everybody knows all these different exploits. Because like you said, infinite combos and then one touch combos and then you die. It's like, man, so you got to learn that shit just to get it on. I realize now that I'm now having two different conversations because it's two different streams. That's what it is. Anyone kicking it with us? Nobody shows up on Kick or Twitch ever. I stream to these platforms in complete vain. But yeah, I would still wait on Tekken 8. Wait for a deal. I think a lot of games you just wait for the deal. Charging $70 for a game. Game prices were supposed to lower after physical media died. It's one thing if it's the physical copy, but if it's not, fuck all that. Don't even play Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Let alone the other ones. Fair enough. Only Dempsey Lowell. Since you dildo. But yeah, don't pay full price for this shit. It's a scam. These games, everything's a scam nowadays, man. Shout out to greedflation. Fuck greedflation. But yeah, physical media is dead, basically. I wish it was alive. It's dead. I even saw a video about how old DVDs are rotting. Warner Brothers DVDs rot, which sucks. I have Warner Brothers DVDs. They need to check them to see if they're rotted out. Apparently they turn pitch yellow and then don't work. So that's great. But what was I saying? So like when games, because games are basically not physical anymore. You can buy physical copies, but for the most part, it's digital. And so you would think the price would go down. You don't have to manufacture and ship all these physical games, but the price never went down for digital copies. Never went down. Keep your old stuff and keep it in good condition. Yeah, apparently there's a with Warner Brothers DVDs that were produced between the years 2006 and 2009, a high amount of them, no matter what condition you keep them in, will spoil because there was a defect in the manufacturing process. So a high amount of them will just fuck up, which I didn't know until very recently, like a couple days ago. Like, man, that's shitty. But yeah, otherwise, I keep most of my stuff in good condition. You know what I'm saying? I can still watch. I got fucking old WrestleMania DVDs from back in the day that still work. But I guess and I haven't tried. I haven't went through my collection to see like my Warner Brothers stuff. Or when there's a list. There's a list of some of the content that's like that. But it's like, man, that sucks. But yeah, like my old wrestling DVDs, and they're 10 to 15 to sometimes older than that, and they still work. So I usually keep most. I could be a slob, I could be junky with certain things, but usually with media and certain things, like I like my action figures, I'll keep up with them. Even my studio equipment. I mean, it may be covered in weed smoke, but outside of that, and dust. Sometimes it gets dusty, but outside of that, I'm not abusing stuff too bad. But yeah, thank you for joining K2J. Were you just saw a notification, or were you like doom scrolling? I'm trying to catch doom scrollers. That's the goal. is catch doom scrollers. But then again, I don't know. Doom scrollers might see just an icon and a blank screen and say, what the fuck am I watching? But we're going to get back to games. I've done a lot of non-game streams because the 2 games we were playing, Final Fantasy VII and what was the other game? Spider-Man 2. Whew. And Spider-Man 2 did get some bad reviews, and I'm not, listen, I'm out of the woke stuff bad, but that game is woke and bad, man. Spider-Man 2. And Spider-Man 1 was woke and bad. Golly, Spider-Man 2 is just... And I know a lot of people could get through it because of how good the traversal is, how good the combat is, but they don't really give you nothing to do. Randomly go into your list and subscribe peeps and that you're sub to, and you saw I was on. Okay, cool. You doing scroll past all the streams, fair enough. Honestly, I do too. But if you can catch a few stragglers, hey, we got, Richard, who's now a pillar of the vigilante community, the fangilante, so to speak. He just showed up because I happen to be streaming Batman. That's another reason I want to get back to the games. That's another way of people coming in, and it's just fun. It's just fucking fun to have that backdrop. Sometimes when I'm like talking, it's like I have to come up with a subject and think of stuff and say shit. I'm like, I don't know. Superman 3 is the best one. That's the one with Richard Pryor, right? Am I wrong? Because the first 3 are really the only ones there's another one. It was the 4 or 5 has like the sun guy. I don't know what it is, but it's been a while since I watched those. Yeah, okay. That's a hot take. I think a lot of people will say Superman 2. Kneel before Zod. But that's the one. Shout out to Office Space. They reference it because that's their plan, is to like steal a small amount of money from all these companies. Finished pre-recording SmackDown Shut Your Mouth about an hour ago. So I slid through. I appreciate it, man. Shout out to just talk about wrestling. Shout out to old wrestling. Modern wrestling is just so hard to watch. So I don't think wrestling will ever be what it was. There's just no means for it. There's just no cool characters. It's just, I know a lot of people didn't like wrestling. Always called it quote unquote gay. But man, right now it really is, man. It's just there's no cool characters. There's a few that could be cool, and then they don't do nothing. Like LA Knight's cool. Braun Breaker's cool. There's probably some other guys I'm missing that's cool, but it's like most of these guys kind of suck. Most of the guys are not entertaining. They don't have no characters. They don't have no catchphrases. There's nothing cool about them. It's just a bunch of motherfuckers doing fake moves. It's like, if we know that it wasn't about it being fake, it was about these motherfuckers talking shit. It was about the segments. You know what I'm saying? You might see Stone Cold pouring liquor on somebody, or he had the fucking blasting liquor at people. It probably was water, but whatever he was, blasted motherfuckers. The whole ring is soaked. You know what I mean? That type of shit is what we came in for. We don't want to see 2 motherfuckers do coordinated gymnastics. That's not what anyone watches wrestling for. Peeps can talk about how they dated PS2 games all they want. Oh yeah, they are, and that's nothing. The games were better back there. The PS2, they went from strength to strength from the N64 to the PS2, because the N64 games is cold and the PS2 games is cold. Here Comes the Pain, Know Your Role, they were all cold. Watching season 3 of the Mary Kingstown. I still have not checked that show out. Papa Guy says, whenever I hear guys talk about wrestling, reminds you grandma and her friends talk about General Hospital. It ain't even that good no more. They've called it a male soap opera, so I guess that's a comparable comp. And you know what? It was, but like I said, it was about set pieces and segments and cool stuff and cool characters and playing with the disbelief. Hawkeye bounced back real quick after his accident. Hawkeye, I'm lost a little bit. I will say this though, the arenas and crowd look better than 2K games. Yeah, the graphics are better because it's a newer game, but the gameplay sucks. I don't know why they don't just use the same engine or like the same controls. Oh, the actor. He had an accident. I didn't see that. Jeremy Renner. I think that's the actor. I didn't know Hawkeye had an accident. Is he on Mary Kingstown? I gotta look that up. Yo, my computer is about to take off. I don't know how. Maybe I'll be having to stream from the PS5 just because of all the power it takes to do all these fucking streams. But I don't know if you guys can hear. I mean, you might not. But my computer sounds like about to take off. The roster sucks too. Talking about for the new games or the old ones? I mean, the old roster. I mean, yeah, you had the Garrison Cades and shit, motherfuckers like that. But I've just got all the cool characters like the Undertaker and them, Stone Cold. Oscar nominated cast. Damn, he got ran over by a snowplow. Holy shit. 18 months ago. Wow. He said he's terrified to act again. I would be too. Shit. Yeah, he got flattered by a snowplow. Wow. And he's in the Kingston. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. And I'm looking up an article. I guess sports representation. It's they try to compensate with throwing all those legends and classic wrestlers, but don't have 2K games. Yeah, because I mean the modern wrestlers suck. You don't want to play with any of these losers. You only want to play the classic wrestlers, and the ratings kind of don't make sense. And then it's just not. It's just not good. God damn, he got ran over by a snowplow. Holy shit. He's walking with a cane. Oof. Man, I quit. Jeez, man. I feel like I did see this, but I forgot this. Yeah, that's pretty traumatic, man. Hey, Forbidden Ruin. On the Vert stream. You've found my experiment. You found my experiment where there's 2 streams currently. There's a vertical stream, which you probably might be watching on your phone, and then there's a horizontal stream. Now, I think you can watch both on your phone. Actually, I think you might be able to watch both from the computer. Just go to the page and pick. Man, the Guardian sitting here trying to get money out of me. Man, get the fuck out of my face. The Guardian got this little donation talking about, oh, we might have another Trump presidency or something. Shut up. Suck my dick. Could you imagine donating money to the Guardian? I can't imagine donating money to any big corporate media company. And I know I talk shit about, I don't donate money. Please hit my Cash App. You know what I mean? I get it. But it's like, the fuck? That's another thing. The storylines are a lot more controversial. Man, that's another thing WWE is missing as a whole. It's controversy. And then I guess there was a people mad at a storyline from 4 years ago when somebody faked a stroke. It's like they're trying to do something. Try to do something interesting. And it's like, oh, well, you shouldn't be playing with that. Like I said, well, then nobody in the movie should act like they have a stroke. Nobody in any other form of fiction should ever act like they have a disease or have an issue. Like, get out of here, man. That's the reason there's no more controversy in the WWE and there's no more cool shit is they have one of the wokest fan bases. And I hate using that term, whether you want to call them woke, whether you want to call them, I don't know what you want to call it. But they have one of the wokest fan bases of any major media forum going. And so they get butthurt anytime anything interesting happens. And going back to the horizontal stream, since Diddle says, yeah, I thought he'd be out for long. Yeah, I would too. Surprised when he told me Mary Kingstown season 3 is out. Let's see. Yep, cancel culture and sissy ass SJW fans. That's exactly what it is. And call them pussies, yeah. They are pussies. And it's like, and it's crazy because this is fucking wrestling of all things. Wrestling's whole point is to be off kilter and off color, and it's supposed to be the shit that you can do anything with, right? You know what I mean? Motherfucking Mae Young gave birth to a fucking hand. Like it's a crazy thing. It's a crazy platform. It's supposed to be more controversial than the rest of the culture. It was the Jerry, you know, you had motherfucking stripping. You had all this cool shit back in the day. And that's why anyone's still a fan, because they saw the cool shit back in the day. And then you turn it into, again, a bunch of out of shape people play fighting poorly in an exhibition. It's like, this is not what people wanted to see. We want to see, I mean, yeah, we want to see cool shit. Yeah, you do want to see cool moves and shit, but like, it's just in context. You know, you want to hear like motherfuckers curse. I mean, they're finally doing something with a woman's sexuality. That's nothing. You can't show all these that oh my God. All these hoes, and yes, they're hoes. Why? Because they'll go on TV and sometimes social media and talk about how they need to be recognized for their wrestling, and then they'll get on Instagram and show their pussy, basically. And then some of them have OnlyFans. I know that a lot of that got killed when Vince McMahon was there. Yeah, bring back the days when Hogan wrote graffiti. Bring back the crazy shit. Bring back the crazy shit. That was the whole point of wrestling. It was the whole point of wrestling was like, it's obviously it's fake, right? But it's like the show is about a sport that is in a alternate reality from real reality. Like, you know what I mean? And to show the craziness of sports and within these crazy storylines. Told you I caused some snowflakes to leave your channel because you turned up the heat in your SmackDown playthroughs. Even the game offended them. Well then, fuck them, man. There's nothing you can do. If you're getting offended by a 20-some-odd-year-old game, come on, man. All you had to do was have Cactus Jack versus Stephanie McMahon, hardcore match, and layer it out by slamming it through a table. That's another thing. They'll have these guys get their ass beat by girls. Literally, like girls can whoop on guys, and guys can never respond. But back in the day, man, they went too hard. I just saw a fucking thing with Lita and Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero powerbound Lita on a goddamn concrete. And you heard that sickening thud, like, oh god damn. So yeah, bring back violence, bring back domestic violence, whoop on a woman. Since you do that, that's a great question. If the sport is fake and you water down the craziness, the fuck you have left? Nothing. You have, the whole point was the craziness. The whole point. Even if you go back in the day when it was a little less edgy, first of all, you still had fucking Roddy Piper hitting motherfuckers with coconut, wearing blackface and shit like that. So what told Eddie, motherfuckers try to kidnap Miss Elizabeth. Even in the 80s, you had crazy shit. Motherfucking Hulk Hogan was defending America from an Iraqi sympathizer. Like all these crazy, non-real gimmicks. It was about it being like a kind of like Marvel before Marvel, and then after it was kind of like these superhero type characters. You had fucking $1 Million Man. Paying everybody. Did he pay my girl to bark like a dog and shit like that? Then take the money back. All this crazy shit. That was in the PG, first PG era when it was still more oriented to kids. So even then, it was still supposed to be like kind of crazy. Maybe not as hardcore as it got in the 90s, but it's like the whole point is for it to be fun. And again, it was supposed to be the off color. It was supposed to be like, okay, everything you see on your TV, especially back in the 80s and 90s, everything you see on TV, the 90s started, you had Jerry Springer, started to get more extreme. But it's going to be a little bit more tame, a little bit more, about to say the Cosby Show. Remember before everyone knew Cosby was putting pills in the pudding pops, he was thought of as this safe, family, or everything was family oriented. Here's the family oriented. The kids can watch, and everyone is all glow. And here's a space on TV where anything fucking goes. It's pro wrestling. Yeah, Steve Austin stunning Stacy Keibler. Take the Cosby pill. Not if I want to wake up, and not if unless I want to be sore after. I want to be, I want to get famous that bad. Take the Diddy pill. But you used to have the safe family, Full House. I don't give a fuck. I love Fat Albert. I never seen Fat Albert. Hey. I've been called Fat Albert for being obese. That sucks. But I've never seen Fat Albert ever. Never seen it before my time. My parents seem to like it though. Listen, Cosby. Let's not throw out everything Cosby did. I don't know. It's a hard thing because we were talking about the Dr. Disrespect thing a few days ago, and then I kind of went into some other people. There's a hard balance of where you draw the line when creative people do crazy shit. It's like, do you stop watching or enjoying whatever this creative person did because they're fucked up? If you were a Woody Allen fan talking about movies, do you stop watching his movies because he married his daughter or adopted daughter? I don't know. Hey, Galaxy's dad. Yeah, I said Diddy. Because on the horizontal stream, and I'll figure it out eventually on both streams so you can see on the chat. For the horizontal stream, somebody, I mentioned Cosby. Somebody said about Fat Albert. People thought Diddy, remember, Diddy was kind of a quote-unquote clean rapper. He had the shiny suits, he was dance. Nobody thought Diddy was out here touching the kids and touching the youth, touching everybody, beating up pop stars. Or failed pop stars. Hey, Happy Dinosaur. Appreciate you being here. Happy Independence Day. Happy Independence Day for anybody in any stream. Technically, it's 4. 2 on YouTube, 1 on Kick, which no one's watching, 1 on Twitch, which no one's watching. But yeah, if you're watching from your phone and you doom scrolled your way to my experiment, which is just says vertical, I'd appreciate it. If you watched the show, wouldn't have been a big. It's all Fat Albert was a good guy. That's cool. But I appreciate Happy Dinosaur. And since you did it, you're right. People always be, you said you're always suspect motherfuckers virtue signal that much. It does seem to be a pattern. I mean, sometimes you have people who are generally good dudes or good, good women or good people. But it does seem to people who, Dolph protests too much. There's definitely something, because, Cosby was the most wholesome thing you could put on TV. Meanwhile, you know what I mean? Just put a cover over your drink. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this. Not necessarily in Cosby's defense. A lot of them hoes was lying too. A lot of them hoes wasn't. They were just doing drugs with Bill Cosby. You know what I'm saying? Not saying, I would eat the pudding. Oh, that sounds really bad. Can I get a pause? What the hell was that? Gay. Yeah, that's not what I'm trying to mean. That's not what I meant. Take that back. And that was kind of a Diddy reference. Take that, whatever. My jokes are bad. I'm sorry. But some of those girls. When you listen, I remember seeing some of the interviews of some of those quote unquote victims, and it was like, wait, what? you went back and you were dating him for over a year. He was abusing you for years. How? How come you didn't leave? Take that. I did say that, Sister General. You're right. Did you see it drawn together where Foxy Brown accuses, a Fat Albert parody of sexual assault in 02, if I remember correctly? Wow. I never watched Drawn Together. It probably wasn't a prediction because all the stuff that Cosby did happened like in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So they just knew. That's the real fucked up thing about Hollywood, man. They knew this shit. Any celebrity you're hearing something, whether it's a Weinstein or a Cosby or a Diddy or whoever, they knew from back then. They knew Weinstein was fucking them hoes back in the day. They knew Diddy was doing this shit back in the day. They knew Cosby was doing this shit back in the day. Just like, didn't, what's his name? Oh, fucking Seth MacFarlane, motherfucking Family Guy, made a joke about it. At one of the Oscars before Weinstein, he said, "Oh, you don't have to act like Harvey Weinstein's attractive." And the damn girl next to him got uncomfortable. I forgot what actress it was. So they knew, Hollywood knew this shit. It was an open secret. And then we find out, 30, 40 years into this shit, it's like y'all knew what was going on with these fuckers. Y'all knew these motherfuckers were sick. Of course they knew it was the price they were willing to pay for fame. Yeah, they were willing. I don't want to be famous that bad. Yes, I want this to grow. That's why this is 2 streams, and that's why I'm experimenting and taking a break and all this shit. They knew everything. Yes, nothing. They gave the fucking bitch that worked with Weinstein, that allegedly, I'll say allegedly because I don't know, helped them do everything, helped them cover up. They gave the whole a show on Disney. I mean, obviously, all the anti-woke. Yeah, Headland is just as guilty. Oprah's just as guilty too. She knew too. The fuck? But yeah, Leslie Big Head Headland is just as guilty. They gave this bitch a show that nobody likes. As much as I think the anti-woke bullshit. Oh yeah, it ain't allegedly. No, she did work for him, but I'm only saying alleged as far as helping him with the abuse. She absolutely did work for him. But I can she's out, and I don't want I know it's only 5 people combined watching this stream, but just in case, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to toss out allegedly just for her helping him with the process, which I truly believe happened, but I don't have any evidence to. Neither does an investigative body, at least to my knowledge. I'm sure they do, but they don't say anything. But just the fact that you could be this guy's assistant, that do all this Me Too shit, and nobody says anything about this bitch, except the motherfucking anti-woke motherfuckers who talk about it, and the motherfuckers who know. They actually gave this whole show. And only God knows what the budget is for the Acolyte. Because I seen they got Trinity, they got all these other motherfuckers in there. What is the experiment? Hey, listless receptionist. Well, the experiment is there are 2 streams going on YouTube. One, vertical. The other is horizontal. And this is my first time trying to figure this out. So if you're doom scrolling on shorts, you'll be able to find a vertical stream. And it's to hopefully make my streams and ideally the channel more discoverable. KK did used to be an assistant. Kathleen Kennedy. I think that's part of the reason they have so much clout at Disney is that they were assistants. And I said this for you, they know where the bodies are buried. Weinstein was just one of these execs. They know about the rest of them. Maybe they had to do a little strange thing for a little change. Do something a little strange for a little change. Yes, she is in the Temple of Doom as a fucking belly dancer or some shit. I never looked it up because I don't want to, I ain't that thirsty. But I've heard about it. But, another thing with, and I remember looking this up with Kathleen Kennedy, who's still not fired. Shout out to Doomcock, no disrespect. She is actually one of the most successful producers in Hollywood history. Now, you can say how much work did she really do for that? That's another debate. But if we're just talking about dollars brought in, she's up there. She's in the top 5 most successful producers in Hollywood history. Now, again, like I said, ain't like she really did much but hand out coffee and maybe blowies allegedly. Has she made any public appearances? I don't know. I don't really keep up with Disney like that. I mean, I know the Acolyte's out because everybody said something about it, even though I didn't watch none of their reviews because I knew it was going to be shitty 2 or 3 years ago when it was announced. So I saw no need to watch about it. Yeah, she probably gave Spielberg a blowy or 200, allegedly. Yeah, what else did she provide? But I mean, she's still credited as a producer for a lot of big movies, even before that disaster of a tragedy trilogy that came out. That's how Camel Toe got the VP spot, right? Sometimes you give a head to get ahead. You think she's fired? She might be technically, what they would do for someone like that, they would just strip her of her. They probably still got to pay her contract out. So I think I might have heard a rumor that might be the case. So she might be like on the payroll because they got to pay out her contract, but not actually allowed to do anything. So she's essentially fired. But if this is the case, I don't know. I don't work at Disney, but like she's essentially fired, but still technically on the payroll. But you're right. I haven't seen her in a minute. Since like 22. So I don't know if she's still there. Did they cancel the Acolyte? Good. I know all the anti-woke people might be upset because they don't have anything to complain about. But good. I think the woke movement, it's not dead, but it's not what it was, man. It's not this overarching demon of everything I think that era is over. Too many things. This economy is too bad. Don't nobody got the money to just throw at this bullshit no more. I say that, but they're apparently, I heard about what's that shit? Captain America, New World Order with Captain Falcon, and apparently that movie they're reshooting the whole movie. And they said the budget is like almost $400 million. That looks like a disaster. Yeah, it's not as healthy. The failures have caught up. Listless, you're correct. Yeah, they might. I think they might, but they might be in the process of just cleaning out their closet. That's why the Acolyte even came out. let that door destroy Disney since such a deal, though, right? Disney's already destroyed. I could care less. Yo, is that real? Papa Cotton says, I saw an article yesterday about how Sith is just a derogatory word that the Jedi use. So Sith is a religious slur? I mean, like what it's just a religious slur by the oppressive Jedi supremacists. Disney has always been bad with money. But yeah, apparently they got I think it was 3 Sith, please. Exactly. That's wild. Who's writing these articles? I just said I think the woke stuff's dying down, but it ain't dead yet. But like I said, there's only so much money. They're all simps, like it or not. Fair enough. They absolutely are. Forbidden Ruin. They absolutely are. But yeah, I haven't seen Kathleen Kennedy in a while. Okay, it shows a second view. Oh, no, they left. It showed a second viewer. Oh, we got a follower on Kick. Thank you, Guri Privex. I hope you're not a bot. You might be a bot, but if you're not, thank you for following. Appreciate it. It shows me it's a music station. Probably from all the Synthwave Saturday nights. Woke Tars don't know how to write anything that's not activism. That's been true. I wonder how this would have worked if they did. What would have happened the last 4 to 8, 10 years almost if they were more subtle about it? That's an alternate universe we'll never live in. If they were more subtle about all their identity politics and focused on writing good stories, they probably would have fooled a lot of people into liking some of this stuff. But they weren't. But that ain't what happened. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. It is what it is. I can't even hate click on the video on live stream. I'm so fed up. Yeah, me too. I talk about it for these streams. Bacon and eggs, chomp chomp. Shout out to Happy Dinosaur. If they more subtle, the sense would love them more. We probably wouldn't have all these anti-woke channels. This is a great idea. Split your minuscule audience between 2 streams. Smart. I guess it's an experiment. That's why it says experiment in the damn title. I can read the thing. Eventually, we'll combine the chats, and then everybody will be able to read everyone's chats. That's why you experiment. You know what I'm saying? It says experiment, so there's a prep. And so instead of 7 people watching me on one stream, it's 4 on one and 3 in the other. So yeah, it is goofy, but I can, right now, I can look back and forth between 2 screens. Once I figure out the chat thing, and combine everything into one chat, it'll go smoother because then everybody, and then have the chat show up on screen. Which actually, I don't know if it'll work for the vertical one. That's true, listless. It probably was subtle for a long time. Once they got past that stage, it was overt. I mean, sometimes people go back and look at certain movies. What was it? One of the Transporter movies, and there's one girl who's like 5'5", 100 pounds, starts slamming dudes. It's Papa Cotton essentially did a laugh at me. Yeah, I did kind of split my audience, but we did get a doom scroller. I don't know who Galaxy's dad is. I appreciate Galaxy's dad being here. I don't know if he or she, because I can't assume your gender even though it says dad. Welcome to 2024. But I don't know if they them are still here. I shouldn't say it because I don't want to begrudge you, because statistically speaking, you're not a they them, because statistically speaking, no one is. But yeah, it's a risk to do it. But like I said, this is an experiment. Even though we're still technically on break, reported. No. Even though we're on break, I think this break will be a lot of experimenting with these streams to get the experience, ideal for everyone. Leftists, laxity, I've seen them attempt to meme. They say the left can't meme. A lot of conservatives can't meme either. It's just motherfuckers who can meme can make fun of things. Because it ain't like Ben Shapiro can meme. Ben Shapiro can't even rap. Papa Cotton says the weirdos can fuck off. Yeah, they can. And they're starting to fuck off because they're starting to get fired. A lot of companies lost so much fucking money, and there's just not more money to lose and throw at this bullshit. Doesn't mean there's not still woke shit. Like I don't know what's going on with the comics anymore. That's nothing. My ear not to the streets. Maybe shit is just as woke as it's ever been, but I ain't watching. You know what I'm saying? Only the far right can mean maybe. Or the troll right. Only 4chan can mean. And they just happen to be far right. Only the 4chaners. Only the martial artists can mean. Because like I said, it ain't like the some of the right can, but some of these motherfuckers would be goofy. The goofiness. And I know I've seen, speaking of doom scrolling, from my doom scrolling on shorts, I've seen there's a lot of reaction to the debate last week, which we did talk about a little bit last week. I don't know. I said last week, I was surprised that the Democrats went this far with Biden. I was surprised they didn't replace him with Camel Toe, as Papa Cotton so elegantly put her. I'm surprised they never replaced it with her. It's so fun being all right. Y'all should try it. No, I'll pass. The kids are all right. What the fuck is all right? Just come up with names. Too many names and classifications for things. Alt right. What's alt left? Control Alt Delete. Alt Center. You know what I'm saying? Alternative to what? You know what I mean? But they then came up with the term and then made it a derogatory term. Like, what exactly is alt right as opposed to being on the right, as opposed to all these other different classifications for political ideology? Like, what does it mean? What does it mean? Nobody knows what it means, but it's provocative. Gets the people going. Camel Toe is somehow more brain dead than Biden. At least she cannot shit herself. You know what I'm saying? She is more brain dead, but at least, they're going to look bad in general. The whole left across the West is going to look bad. It's dissident, right? I see. But the whole left across the entire West, there's no looking good out of here. That's another thing I've been seeing. I've been seeing a lot of, shout out to Listless, I've been seeing a lot of Canadian politics and a lot of British politics. I don't know why the algo is showing me this. And and just the entirety of liberalism across the entire West, or at least with those three countries. I don't know what Australia, other countries that are considered part of the West are doing, but man, do they look stupid. Does the entirety of the left look stupid? That's what I get called when I drop a dank meme. I see right wingers are that are not into the mainstream conservative BS. Well, shit. Maybe I am an alt-righter then. I know it's been thought of as racist to be an alt-right, and so that means I have some internalized racism. But I'm not really diehard right, because I don't really I don't believe in worshiping politicians. Honestly, there should be no class of people for whom there should be greater disdain than politicians at this point. So I have no, like you were saying in a few of the other streams, is Black Rock versus Blackstone. Yeah, I think like I was just saying, the left looks crazy across the entirety of the West, but it's not like the right have this track record of getting things done or getting things accomplished. Anything more conservative than complete anarchy is Nazi. Now, yeah, our right term has been poisoned, so they use dissident right. So I hadn't heard that dissident right. I'm politically homeless. Technically, I am too. Like I said, I probably lean, and I don't mean like walk, a little more on the right. And between the two demons, I would prefer the orange one. And like I said, talking about Canada, I don't see how Justine Trudeau wins against Pierre. And I feel like I even said if Pierre and Trump don't win in North America, with Canada and U.S., you can be sure that both elections were compromised. I'll say that. But with all that said, it's not like I expect the orange man to get in and eagles to fly from the sky and everything's just going to be perfect. Some people act like they do. They just think, once we get Trump in, everything's just going to be okay. No, it's not, man. This is bigger than Trump. This is bigger than the West. This is a global, I don't want to say takeover because they already been around this shit, but it's a global crackdown on freedom, on money, on everything. Yeah, elections are inherently compromised. You have to, Papa Cotton, you ain't never lied. Well, I'm sure you lied in your life, but with this, you're not lying. You have to let the PDFs, because that's the new word, PDF files, slap your child in the face with their balls. You're just evil as Hitler. That's what a lot of these motherfuckers want. And you know what? A lot of people didn't realize this was going on until it was too late, till it smacked them in the face, like a PDF file's balls. They didn't realize what was going on, but people still send their kids to school. They still send their kids to these compromised schools. That's how I know this shit will never change. I couldn't imagine having a son or a daughter that I could impact. Maybe if I had a daughter or a son and I had a crazy baby mama and I can't do anything, thank God, for being a lame and wrapping it up, because apparently the STD rate in Houston is like sky high. But I couldn't imagine having a child, knowing what I know, and doing nothing to improve upon the educational experience. Just sending them right into the demon's nest that is these education, these indoctrination camps that we call schools. These indoctrination camps, which still do nothing about, talking about the PDF files, do nothing about all these teachers, most of them women, touching the kids and doing something about the kids. A lot was made about the one guy, and I thought that was weird too, having the girls braid his hair or unbraid his hair, whatever the fuck was going on. And yeah, that was pretty crazy. But what about all like the hundreds of thousands of teachers across the nation touching kids? Like, we're not gonna do anything about that? Nothing? We don't give a fuck at all. And of course, the media doesn't say shit. I feel like that should be like, we talk so much about the Catholic Church and all these other, I've even talked about different religions and touching the kids and going after the youth. I talked about Dr. Diddy Respect going after the youth, but nobody talks about these fucking teachers. That shit should be front page news. That shit should be the biggest thing on earth, or one of the biggest stories on earth, and it doesn't fucking matter. You know what? I'm gonna keep it real. Being a dumb American, since you did, I don't know why. That's an interesting. That's probably a more YouTube friendly way of putting it. The Nat Social Party. They are nationally socialists. That is what they are. Socialists. People forget that part. But people should look on why they came into power in the 20s and 30s and know it wasn't just economics. I see. I'm a dumb American. I actually don't know. Hell, I don't even know what the lie is that they told us. I think economics was the main thing. It's getting out of the fall of World War I and the Depression. That's kind of what we were told in school. But I mean, honestly, I don't really remember a ton of like education. They didn't even tell us much of that. It's just him bad, Holocaust, and that's it. All right, peace out, happy dinosaur. Most teachers are women. That's why you don't hear anything. That's ridiculous. But you're right. I'm not disagreeing. But it's ridiculous. It doesn't make it any less ridiculous. One clue. They called Berlin Babylon in the 1920s. Interesting. I didn't know that. That might be something for me to research. A little later. Let's see. So I was just looking at my phone to see how this is. Interestingly, speaking of interesting, it looks like I got more views and likes on the vertical stream for whatever it's worth than the horizontal. But it looks like there's more people watching the horizontal. Not by much. Still a small turnout. It is what it is. I'd appreciate anybody watching this. Like I said, this is an experiment. Me trying to figure out how to simul stream on YouTube. Anyone kicking it? No kick, no Twitch, still no love. Ain't no love in the heart of the city. The hope is to catch some doom scrollers. Should also research which books were burned. I will. I'll probably be put on a list for doing it. You will, because vertical streams get promoted on shorts. Hey, LDG. Hashtag free to net. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, that's the whole point, is to get promoted on the short feeds. Because I haven't, I was like, I kept doom scrolling my way into these short feeds and seeing streams. I'm like, how the hell do you do this? So I had to Google this, and that's why I'm experimenting now. Jeez, I did not realize you have 60,000 subs. Congratulations. Jesus Christ. I was used to you like having like 1,000 or something like that. You're like 60,000 subs. Whoa, your channel has grown a lot. Your channel's grown a fucking tons. I'll see you last. Sometimes I'll see you. Well, when Wes had his last channel, I know he's down another channel. I'll see you on Wes's channel. But congratulations, man. Congratulations. Algorithm cracked in the blink of an eye. Hello. Algorithm. Oh man. Congratulations. Any tips on how to grow so quick? I don't know how'd you get your channel to explode, man. LDG knows what to talk about. He's got YouTube figured out. Is that what it is? That you figured out the algo? I see you got 3 videos now and a few upcoming lives. And that seems to be it. Or at least that's what shows on your channel. It's the algorithm has you. The algorithm is not your friend. Here's the truth. Algorithm cracking the blink of an eye. And hello, 50,000 plus subs. I've been showing anyone wants to know, man. I would love to know. Fun frat. Wow. That's wild. Fun fact. We'll go with National Socialist Banned about 4,000 books. post World War II, Germany, so Americans banned about 5 times as more. Freedom is lit. Golly. I'm gonna check out your videos, and yeah, if any other tips you can give a lowly YouTuber who's I know since you did sick of me complaining about my subs and shit and my growth. Although I'm sick of complaining, but I know he is too. Yeah, clearly, no, I didn't say you weren't serious. That's what I'm asking. I'm asking for help. Like, please show me the ways. Like, guide me. Show me the ways, LDG. Please. Show me the ways of the Force. So I, too, could have more than, listen, I'm happy with the growth. I'm happy that we finally got to 800. I thought I was going to be at 700 subs until the day I died. I really did. Somehow, some way, we made it to 8. But it would be nice to go over 1K. And it'd be nice to get monetized. It'd be nice to go, you know what? Your sub count might be too high for me. I don't know if I want 60,000, but I would like if I can get to 10,000, 15,000, and coast there and cultivate, that type of thing. But I ain't gonna say no, I guess. But yeah, if I don't know, what's the best way to get in contact with you, LDG? Oh, I see your Twitter. I don't have a Twitter. Let me see. Is there more? You got a chat room. Yeah, if you're willing, you said that you've been showing anyone who wants to know. I want to know if you're still here. I'm not sure if you darted off, but if LDG, if you're still here, I want to know how to crack the algorithm because you got YouTube figured out. I clearly do not. If there's anything I do not have figured out, is this fucking platform. I've been fumble fucking my way through it for 4 years, and I would like any help I can get. Any help I can get. So yeah, if you're still here, please, if there's a way. I don't have a Twitter anymore. I do have an Instagram. But whatever the best way, still here, just working, fair enough. What's the best way of contacting you, LDG? Maybe I gotta make a Twitter. If it is Twitter, and if you're willing to help, I might hit you up underground. Oh, Freedomnet Underground. I never heard of this. Freedomnet.org Underground. What is this? Why is it showing StreamYard? It links to a StreamYard thing when I click the Free to the Net Underground thing. That's hold on. I'm just messing around with it. Sorry guys. As usual, I'm doing too many damn things at once. Trying to see something. Oh, there's a whole backstage thing. Oh. Oh, now people can hear you. Hey.
What's up, dude?
So I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, everyone can hear you now because I'm not. If you haven't learned, I'm a boomer. Even though I'm technically a millennial, when it comes to tech, I'm a fucking boomer. Can you hear me? You can hear me through the stream, but you can't hear me through StreamYard because the stream.
Hey everybody, what's going on, man?
Hey, everyone can hear LDG.
I hear you through the stream. Yeah. Slight delay.
Okay. And so this is okay. So are you? Oh man! So I just happened to catch you then. So when I'm gonna.
Yeah, man, you're always welcome. I do this 24/7.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna back out of this now just for sanity's sake. And the fact that just like I said, they can hear you on both streams. But thank you, man. I will be back at some point, maybe right after the stream, and ask questions. Since your dildo's going to lunch, maybe I might just end the stream in a second, just because this whole stream was just to me experiment with the vertical. But all right, man. Thank you. I'll be back like Arnold. Oh shit! All right, well, I'm gone. So that was pretty cool. I thought it was weird. So he's got a stream. So yes, join. Okay, cool. All right, I will join after the stream, which might be in a second. Such a deal though. He's 1/5 of the viewership, so him leaving is a huge thing. This is a social experiment. Eventually, I gotta try to stream with a game. So thank the Most High, the LDG having the show. I had no idea that you had cracked the proverbial algo. So honestly, I think I'm about to go ahead and get off of here. This whole stream was to experiment to get vertical streams and horizontal streams working simultaneously. Still some kinks to work out as far as the chat and making that seamless for everybody. Hopefully we will figure that out. In any event, I'm about to harass LDG. And if you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do that. And even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Good night. God bless. I'll talk to all you guys later. Peace. Hopefully I can end this stream properly. Shit. Amongst other things. Let's see if I don't